welcome to my kitchen, or welcome back if you've been watching some of my other videos. With Mother's Day right around the corner, I always bake something for my mom and I put a care package together, and this year I think it's even more important that I put a care package together because we haven't seen each other in a while with the coronavirus and everything. So I'm going to show you how to make this cookie. I always like a shortbread cookie. I'm a sucker for a good shortbread cookie, and these are actually almond, like mini almond shortbread cookies with some icing on them, like vanilla almond icing, and they're amazing. So I can't wait to put these together and send them to my mom. So let's get started. This is definitely not a low-fat recipe. It has lots of butter in it, and that's what a good shortbread cookie should have. It should be flaky, crispy on the outside, tender, and the icing is a nice kind of balance between the cookie and not too much icing. You just want just enough. So we're adding 1 cup of butter here. So that's 2 sticks of butter. I use salted butter. I know, I'm not supposed to use salted butter, but I use salted butter. I actually like the flavor of it a lot more than if I didn't use salted butter. So butter's in here. I'm gonna start to cream this in my mixer. If you only have a hand mixer, that's hand, or if you only have hand, that's okay too. It's fine. My butter's soft, so it's easy to mix. Perfect. And then before I add my sugar into that, I have 2 cups of regular all-purpose flour. I have my baking powder in this, ½ teaspoon of baking powder. I'm adding it to my flour, and then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm adding that to my flour mixture as well. I'm just gonna kind of give that a little bit of a stir with my spatula here. Then I'm going to add my granulated sugar in here. I have 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna let this mix just a little bit. You want it to mix for about, probably 30 seconds, just until it's light and fluffy on high. Everything now too. All right, I'm gonna add my almond extract at this point. This is 2 teaspoons of almond extract. Please use pure extract. It's worth the extra money. Tastes so much better. Pure almond extract. And again, if you don't like almond, use another extract. You can use just plain vanilla, or don't even add any extract in here. That's fine too. All right, 1 egg, large egg. Cracking it into my bowl just in case I had an eggshell in there and then I have to search for it. I don't want a search and rescue mission here. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn this on. I'm just gonna beat this till incorporated. Cool. I'm gonna start incorporating the flour. A little at a time so it doesn't go. Just want this to come together, that's it. Don't over mix it at all, because that will make for a tough cookie. You want a light, flaky, buttery cookie here. And we're good. I'm gonna do 1 more scrape. I see a chunk of butter here, and then I'm just gonna turn it on for a couple more churns. And then that is it. Preheat your oven to 375. You can have your sheet pans ready to go. I put Silpat on mine. Again, I love the silicone baking mats. If you don't have one of those, parchment or just good old non-stick cooking spray is perfectly fine. And then, all right, yes, coming together. Something about cookie dough, it relieves all my stress. I don't know why, it does. My brother and I used to argue over who got to lick the beater when we were younger. Okay. All right, look at that dough. It's just so good, so good. You could even add chocolate chips in here too and call it a day and do like a chocolate chip cookie shortbread. That'd be good too. Or add some cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom. Oh, cardamom would be so good. Lavender. I keep going, I know. All right, now, this is the least finicky shortbread cookie dough. You don't have to refrigerate it, you don't have to roll it in a log, you don't have to do any of that. So I have a tiny little scoop here because I'm making mini ones. It's about a teaspoon, to be honest. So all you're doing, scooping your dough on here, and I would scoop it about, it's like 1.5 inches apart onto the sheet. They are going to spread a little bit, but not as much as you would think, because we're actually going to flatten them down a bit. Because if you've made shortbread before, you know that they don't spread a whole bunch. And also, there's a little bit of leavening in it, but not a ton. And you know, traditional shortbreads don't really have leavening in it at all, which is why I love shortbread, because it's pretty much just a vehicle for butter and sugar. All right, so I really want to smush these cookies down. So I have a glass. So all you're gonna do, can you see? All right. You're gonna smash it, flat bottom glass, smash it. And then you're gonna see here, sticking a little bit. Just gonna put the bottom of my glass in some sugar, smash it down. And you continue that. Oops. And don't break your glass, that'd be helpful, wouldn't it? You just want a nice, even cookie. And look how beautiful they're starting to look, right? And that's all you're gonna do. So you're gonna continue doing that for all of them. And then we'll bake them, we'll pop them in the oven, again, 375-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes, just until they start to turn golden brown around the edges. Pull them out, cool them completely, and then we're gonna make the icing to go on top. These are in the oven. I am going to make the icing for the cookies. 2 cups powdered sugar into the bowl. More of the almond extract, yum yum yum. 1.5 teaspoons of almond extract. You don't want to add too much almond extract, then it's like, drinking straight almond extract. So 1.5 teaspoons is just perfect. I'm gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of milk. I'm just gonna add half of it right now, just in case it's too thin. Then I'm gonna add, just for a little bit of extra spice, meaning not literally spice, but just figuratively spice, I make my own vanilla extract. All it is vanilla bean pods with vodka poured on top of it, and you keep adding vodka into it. These pods are filled with these seeds. Those are what you see in vanilla ice cream, and that's what we all want in things to make it look all beautiful. It's like the nice little black specks against a white background or an opaque background, like in a chantilly cream or something like that. Similar to this is a clear, it's almost a translucent kind of like white icing, so I want to add some vanilla bean specks to it. So because these have been sitting in vodka for a long period of time, I can just literally, I can squeeze them out and just run my fingers along them. If you don't have these, you can buy vanilla bean paste. You can also just have a vanilla bean, cut it down lengthwise, and you can add it into your mixture here. So here we go. I have my vanilla bean pod here that has been sitting there. And all I'm gonna do is just squeeze. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's coming out. Oh, my favorite. It's ooey gooey, yummy, luscious. Give it a mix. And again, if it's too thick, which it looks like it's going to be, I'm gonna add the rest of my milk. But again, you don't want this to be super thin. You want it to be a little bit thicker because you want it to stay on like the middle of the cookie and not run off the edges. So this is a thicker glaze that we're looking for the cookies. It's amazing. All right, so this icing, that's what you're looking for, right? It's thick and luscious and smells like almond and is specked with vanilla beans, and that's what we're talking about. So that's essentially the consistency you're looking for. If you have added too much milk to this, add a little bit more powdered sugar until you get this consistency of ribbons. If you have it too thick, add a teaspoon at a time of milk into this mixture until you get this consistency. Again, it's okay to sit on the counter. We're gonna let this sit while my cookies finish baking. So the cookies have baked and cooled, and now we are ready for the exciting part of icing, or the most fearful part for some people, but this is a simple icing. We're not doing anything fancy here. Again, these cookies are, their cookies are so good. They don't even need icing, to be honest. I just make them look a little bit prettier. But like, oh, they're so good. The almond extract in it is just amazing. So So what we're gonna do, remember we made our icing ahead of time. I ran out of pastry bags. So I'm gonna use a Ziploc bag here as my little pastry bag. Because you can do it one of two ways. You can dip the cookie in here, or we can use a makeshift pastry bag. It's just a little cleaner. I like the lines a little bit better. So either way is fine. There's no right or wrong way to do this, by the way. So, okay. So that's all in my bag. I kind of like put it into one corner here, as you can see. I want all the air to be out of this bag completely. Because you don't want any air bubbles as you're trying to pipe. Well, not really pipe, we're just getting the glaze on the thing. All right. All the air bubbles are pretty much out. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the tiniest little tip here off of it. It's literally super small. About the tiniest corner. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna kind of like let the icing in the middle, just a little bit, and then what it's gonna do is it's gonna kind of like sit there and run, and I'm fine with that. And then we're gonna take a little offset spatula and spread it if we need to. And again, this isn't a ton of icing per each. You don't need a lot of icing. It's about 1/4 of a teaspoon per each. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this set up overnight, or like me, I can't wait, I'm gonna eat one right away, but for purposes of packaging them for my mom, I'm gonna let them sit out overnight so they can harden a little, the icing can harden, and then I'll package them, and they're perfect for shipping. That's why I love these cookies. Perfect, great. I'm gonna grab my little offset spatula here, and all I'm gonna do is just spread the icing out a little bit more. So it covers the whole top of the cookie. And that's it. Then you can see how pretty it is. A little icing on the top there, and that's it. So good, let them set overnight, or you could be like me. I just have to eat one. So good. The almond extract, a little bit of salt in there, vanilla bean. It's so good. You gotta make these. Send them to your mom, send them to a loved one, or just eat them all yourself. Doesn't matter. Enjoy. Bye.